Ron. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. So you work in real estate photography.
Yeah, I do real estate photography. I have my private pilot's license, and I used to be a photographer for magazines like Time, People, Glamour, Sierra, Sunset, and then I'm also a drone pilot photographer now, and I specialize in photographing people's homes.
Awesome. So you were a private pilot and you also had this love of photography, and the two came together to push you into the wonderful world of drones.
Yeah, the drones are exciting because they're relatively affordable, and for the amount of money I was paying for insurance for my plane every year, I got into having a drone. And that you can actually do way more with a drone as far as photography than you could in a private plane.
Oh, can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, first of all, in a private plane, you'd have to generally be 400 or 500 feet above any sort of home at a very minimum. And a private plane, of course, flies much faster than a drone. A drone you can hover unless you're renting a helicopter, and helicopters are thousands of dollars an hour. So it's much more affordable to film somebody's home from a drone. And you can get, a lot of the houses I do are up in Northern California, and you get, sometimes I have to weave in and out of large redwood trees and oak trees and get down at just the right angle at, like, say, 50 feet and photograph the home to where it looks at its absolute best. And you couldn't do that in a private plane or a helicopter, actually.
Okay, so cost effective, better shots. I can see why people go for it.
Yeah.
What sort of person is using your services?
Primarily, well, the interesting thing is a lot of people think I just do luxury homes and like oceanfront homes and stuff like that. But the interesting thing is that even a cookie cutter home actually looks great, because a lot of times you just get 30, 40, 50 feet off the ground, and a cookie cutter home can actually look a lot more appealing with being photographed with a drone. So I pretty much I do starter homes to luxury homes to, I filmed one the other day that rents for $20,000 a month. So I do pretty much all over.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I certainly assumed it would just be the higher end stuff. So that's interesting that people are embracing it from all those different sizes.
Yeah, sometimes people like them for location too. Like not only showing off, like I did a couple homes last week where one was an oceanfront home, and of course you want to show its proximity right on the ocean. And then I did another one that was right near where the 49er Stadium is going to be built for potential people all involved with that it showed that this little cookie cutter home was nearby the 49er Stadium, and that helped sell the home pretty quick, actually, just by the aerial photos.
Oh, that's an interesting application I certainly hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
Just tell me quickly, how did you... what was it like when you went from flying your first drone, having been a plane pilot? How was it similar? Was it different?
It was a little different in the respect that I could get closer to the trees and closer to the buildings. So making sure I didn't, making sure that you didn't tap a building or a tree and stuff like that, because the drones get a little pricey when you do tap one of those and they fall and hit the ground. The equipment is definitely pricey, so there was a little learning curve where my drone tipped a few trees here and there.
We've all had that.
Yeah.
That's how you become a better pilot. That's what I keep being told.
Yeah, you become a much better pilot when it costs you a few $100 each time you nip a tree or something like that. So, but fortunately, you don't die from it. So that's the nicer thing too, because when I was a private pilot, I was actually an amphibious seaplane pilot. So I flew in and out of the ocean.
Oh, wow.
And that was definitely really hairy doing that. So comparatively, when I'm just sitting on the ground, I feel nice and safe, and there's no real danger to me when I'm flying a drone. So that's exciting to me.
Oh, that is good to hear. And what is it that you're flying at the moment? What's your preferred drone?
I have right now the Phantom Vision 2 Plus, and then I'm looking to probably get the new Inspire one.
Have you seen that here today?
Yeah, I did see the new Inspire one, and I was quite inspired by it, yeah.
I think that's what they were hoping for with that name. Yeah, we saw it and we did an interview with them and we watched it fly in, and it's a pretty machine and it looks good. And they were explaining about how, it's almost like a cross between the ease of the Phantom Vision, cross with the photography capabilities of like the bigger S800s, S900s, which for someone like you must be super exciting.
Yeah, that was exactly because I got the Phantom Vision 2 Plus with the idea of migrating up quickly, and then this one came out, and I was like, wow, perfect. This would be, so I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people like myself. And I actually am a real estate agent myself, and I have a couple of large ranch listings that I'm going to do some videos of pretty soon as well. And I had a client actually just recently that's coming from Hawaii, and she had been hemming and hawing for 2 months, and then took some aerial shots with the drone, and she's flying out this week. So it makes a huge difference. The aerial shots are what really gets somebody interested in properties for sure.
Well, that's cool. So if people want to get in touch with you, find out more about your services, how do they do that?
My website that I'm just getting put up is dronerealestatephotographer.com, or else my phone number is super easy, and that's 408-444-5000. So call or email.
Cool. Well, we've heard the success story, so please do get in touch, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me on.
Pleasure.